How do you set career goals and create a professional development plan? Let me hit you with a question. How many of you have real career goals backed by an actual plan, roadmap, blueprint, or whatever you choose to call it? I'm not talking about the vague stuff like I want to make 6 figures or I want to crush it in my field. I mean step-by-step plan that it takes you from where you are right now to where you want to be. If you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I don't really have that, don't sweat it, okay? Because most people don't. But by the time we wrap up this video, you would have a detailed plan that's going to get you moving in the right direction. No fluff, just results. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tolokwe Michael and I'm the host of this channel. If you're new to this space, I wear many hats. Today we're talking about something that a lot of people overlook, but is super important to success. And what am I talking about? How to set career goals and create a professional development plan. See, let's be real, it's 2024 and the job market isn't what it used to be in most industries. You can't just get a degree, land a job, and coast through your career anymore. You need to stay sharp, adapt, and then consistently grow. But how do you do that? See, the answer is strategic goal setting and professional development plan. Now will be a good time to grab a notepad, sit tight, and let's dive into the exact steps that you need to take to turn your career goals to reality. Before we can talk about goals, we need to talk about self-awareness. I know it sounds a bit fluffy and maybe slightly vague, but hear me out. If you don't know where you stand, it's difficult to figure out where you're going, right? Good. One of the biggest mistakes people make when setting career goals is not taking the time to assess their current skills, strengths, and weaknesses. It's like waking up one day and deciding to hit the gym to build your muscles. Then you arrive at the gym and you start trying to bench press 800 pounds. No trainer, no skill, no guidance whatsoever. Not only is it a waste of time, it might just end up doing more harm than good. And the same thing goes for evaluating where you are in your journey right now. You want to figure out where you are before trying to fix anything. So here is what you need to do. Evaluate your current skills and knowledge. You want to take a hard look at where you are right now. Ask yourself, what do I excel at? What do I enjoy doing? And where am I lacking? You can use something like a SWOT analysis to break it down. In case you haven't heard of it, maybe it's new to you. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths are your natural talent and skills that you honed over time, while weaknesses are areas you need to improve on, and also opportunities are trends or demands in your field that you can tap into. And finally, the threats are the challenges or external factors that could slow you down. The next thing, get feedback from others. The truth is, sometimes we're not the best judge of our own skills. This is where feedback comes in. Ask your boss, your colleagues, even friends about your strengths and areas where you need to improve. You might be surprised by what they will tell you. Now, once you have this self-assessment nailed down, you would have a clear picture of where you are right now, which is key for setting your next steps. Now that you know where you are, it's time to set your goals, but not just any goals. We're talking about SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and then time-bound. Now let's break each of these down. So your goal has to be specific. Your career goals can't be vague like, I want to be successful or I want to make more money. No. They need to be laser focused. For example, instead of saying, I want to be successful in cybersecurity, say something like this. I want to become a certified cybersecurity analyst within the next 12 months. Then your goal needs to be measurable. You should have a way to track your progress. You understand? If your goal is to become a certified cybersecurity analyst, how will you measure that? You could track how many hours you study each week, how many practice tests you take, or how many skills you've learned. Also, it should be achievable. This is a big one. Your goals need to be realistic. Setting the goal of becoming the CEO of a major company in 12 months Might sound cool, but let's be real. It's probably not going to happen overnight. And not everyone is even cut out to be a CEO. Instead, set goals that challenge you, but are realistic for your current stage. Your goal needs to be realistic. Ask yourself, does this goal align with my long-term career vision? If your ultimate goal is to become a cybersecurity expert, becoming a certified yoga instructor might not be relevant, right? Cool. Make sure your short-term goals build towards your bigger vision. Lastly, your goal has to be time-bound. Set a deadline for your goals. Saying I want to become a certified cybersecurity analyst is good, but saying that I want to become a certified cybersecurity analyst within 12 months is better. A deadline adds a sense of urgency and keeps you accountable. Now, why are SMART goals so effective? Studies show that people who set specific measurable goals are 10 times more likely to achieve their objectives than those who don't. And we're not just talking theory. This stuff really works. Okay, now you've got your SMART goals, but there's one big thing. Big goals can be overwhelming. If you're staring down a goal like, I want to get my CISSP certification, it might feel like you are at the base of a mountain looking up. That's where milestone comes in. Yes. So instead of focusing on the end goal, break it down into smaller, manageable chunks. These are your milestones. Let's say your goal is to become a CISSP certified professional in the next 18 months. You break that down into month 1 to 2 research, month 3 to 6 complete a foundational cybersecurity course, month 7 to 12 begin CISSP specific study material and practice test, and month 13 to 18 take the CISSP exam. See how that works? Instead of focusing on the huge goal, you focused on each step. It's like that popular question, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay? Also, make sure you celebrate those small wins. Each time you hit a milestone, give yourself a pat on the back. You are doing well. Okay? You are moving forward. And that deserves some form of recognition. Now, it's time to get into the professional development plan. This is where that roadmap to success that I mentioned earlier comes in. A proper plan that will lead to career success should include some key things. And I'm talking about skills that you need to develop, courses you need to take, certifications you need to earn, and finally, experiences that you need to gain to reach your career goals. I would even tell you how to do it. Start by identifying skills that you need. Now, look at the career goal that you've set for yourself and ask yourself, what skills do I need to get there? Say, for instance, if you want to become a cybersecurity analyst, you might need to learn skills like network security, penetration testing, and incident response. But it is also important that you choose the right resources. Okay? Now that you know what skills you need to find the right resources. Do you need to take a formal course, or can you learn through self-study? There are so many options out there, from free online platforms to the more formal certifications like CompTIA, CISSP, and even some paid boot camps. But here is the key. Don't just focus on technical skills. Why did I say that? Cybersecurity is one of those fields where soft skills matter just as much as hard skills. Communication, problem solving, leadership, they are all crucial if you want to advance in cybersecurity. Make sure you include them in your plan. Now, if you would like to learn more about the top soft skills that employers will be running after you with their money for, I have a video where I discuss that on the channel. The next thing you need to set timelines for learning. Just like with your career goals, your professional development plan needs timeliness. If you're planning to learn penetration testing, set a timeline for when you will complete the course. Take practice tests and apply it in real-world scenarios. Finally, you must stay agile. Your professional development plan isn't set in stone, right? It should be flexible enough to evolve as you grow. Okay? Maybe halfway through your learning, you realize you are more interested in cloud security than penetration testing. Adjust your plan accordingly. The point is, keep moving forward, not to stick rigidly to a plan that no longer aligns with your interest or no longer serve you. And that brings me to the part about having mentors. You know, I won't end this video without talking about that. You know, mentors are great to have, but the question is, why don't you have one? Because honestly, that might just be the only reason you are still where you are right now. Now, let's face it, staying on track with your goals and professional development is not easy. Not everyone is disciplined enough to stay on course and reach a goal. That's a fact. Other times, life gets in the way, procrastination sets in, and before you know it, 6 months have gone by and you have not made any progress. One way to combat this is to have a mentor or an accountability partner. Having someone in your corner who has been where you want to be, who has been where you are right now, can make a huge difference. And I've met people who think getting a mentor is overhyped. Well, if you're one of them, I have nothing to say to you more than this. Good luck trying to figure it out all alone and all on your own. Because while you are out there guessing, someone with the right mentor is shaving years off their learning curve, avoiding costly mistakes, and getting the exact blueprint to success. So if you want to keep playing solo, fine, but don't complain when you see others passing you by, okay? Now, in case you didn't know, a study from Harvard Business Review found that people who have mentors are more likely to get promoted, make more money, and are more satisfied with their careers. So, I can't argue with any of that really, because I have experienced this firsthand. I remember telling someone I have a mentor, and the person looked at me like, "What? Are you kidding me, Tolu?" But the fact remains that there is always a next level to get to, and there are other people who have gotten there before you. So why not learn from them? Don't be afraid to reach out to someone who is a few steps ahead of you, whether it's a former mentor or just someone you check in with regularly. Having that extra layer of accountability can keep you focused and motivated long enough to reach your goal. So that's all we can take in this video, folks. I've shown you how to set career goals, create a professional development plan that actually works, but don't just take my word for it. You found me on YouTube and I could just be taking you for a ride, right? So try it and see for yourself. Just to recap the main points, start with a self-assessment to figure out where you stand. Set a SMART goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Break down your goals into smaller milestones to keep yourself from getting overwhelmed, and create a professional development plan that outlines the skills that you will learn and how you will learn them. And finally, find a mentor or an accountability partner to keep you on track, okay? Remember, your career is your responsibility. It hardly ever happens that someone will just hand you success on a silver platter. I don't know, maybe, but if you set the right goals, follow a plan, and stay consistent, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. And if you found this video insightful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more valuable content just like this. Till I see you next time, stay focused and keep upgrading, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.